Hey guys, welcome to our live stream. Yes, this is part 3 of our live build. So this is the final part. If you're having audio issues or video issues, let me know. We should be good on Facebook, live, Twitch, as well as YouTube. Yeah, so we're just getting the streams up and running. We should be good. We'll just give it a few more minutes before we finish off this build. So in part 3, we're gonna be completing the build by adding the graphics card and also the side case panel. Okay, so I just want to give you an update on the build so far. Part 1 was preparing the chassis. So as you can see from the chassis, it's almost completely done. At the back here you can see we swapped out the original case fans with some ring fans in there. You can see the RGB controllers from Thermaltake on either side and top and the bottom here. We've also added the power supply, which is a 1050 watt RGB power supply, and we got the Lian Li Strimer controller right here. And yeah, so the initial part was part 1. We completed the preparation of the chassis. We also mounted the radiator, the fans and everything. And part 2, we mounted the motherboard in there with the RAM and the CPU and the SSD. Everything's inside, ready to go. So we installed that on part 2. And now part 3, the final part, is we're going to install the graphics card and of course the case panel and things like that. Okay, so welcome to our live stream, our live build of the Thermaltake Tower 500. This is the Project Fantasy Tower, and as you can see, my little figurine here, yes, Tifa Lockhart. So she'll be in this chassis. All right. So if you're having audio issues or video issues, let me know. We should be good. However, let me know. All right. So welcome to the show, guys. Okay, so the first part, well, the next part is we're going to put this chassis on the side and give you a rundown and how we're going to put the graphics card. Right, so this is the Strimer cable which we have, and this is for the graphics card. So you can see the Strimer cable for the power supply and for the motherboard, the ATX 24-pin ATX. That fits in there nicely. For the graphics card though, it wasn't long enough, and it was kind of coming apart when I was kind of trying to bend it. So I might give this a miss. We don't know yet. Also, the initial part was we wanted to mount the vertical GPU mount, the multi-angle one. So you can see, you can actually see that, and you can have the graphics card at an angle like this, and it'll look quite good. However, it would be in the front part, and we needed a riser cable, which I had bent and kind of like, it didn't look good, or it looked good, but however the cabling was a bit messy, and so I think I've decided to not use this. Save this for another project, but rather just mount the graphics card vertically up like this. So I think that will look better. All right, so yeah, I'll give this a skip. Look, all the cables that you need and the connectors and riser cables, it's just too bulky. So I'm going to give this a miss. And what I've added also is a remote control. So this is a PCIe slot 1x card, and it connects up to the power on and reset cables, the 2-pin headers there, and allows me then to control the whole system using this remote. It's power on and reset, but it just saves me from, you know, maybe just having this. It's easier. I quite like this actually. I've got 2 of those. All right, so let's begin, shall we? So I'll remove this part. This is the top part here, and I'll just flip this case over. You can take a look at it. 1 sec. There's my Tifa Lockhart figurine. She looks quite good. So I'll leave that on the side, put it back. I'll switch over to the other camera view so you can take a look. Hey, welcome to the show, Rattle Row, Aries 25, Continent 25. Yes, Cubis. If you have any issues with the motherboard delivery, you need to give me your full name, address, and telephone number. Maybe I'll be able to contact ASRock and see if it can give me a tracking number. All right, so just want to show you the build so far. As you can see, the motherboard's inside here now. You can see that it fits quite nicely inside. You got the Flow RC Ultra all-in-one cooler with the radiator at the top here, and ring fans, the mounted ring fans. The memory water blocks installed, and also the CPU water block. That's all nicely installed as well. Strimer cable goes into the motherboard that connects up to the power supply. I've also mounted all the cabling for the front USB, and then more USB 3s. There's the remote control PCIe card. There's a one-time slot that fits in there, okay, I guess, and that connects up to all the pinouts for your power on reset buttons here. You also have more USBs and audio cable there. So that's all ready to go, nothing else. SSD sits in here underneath this heat shield, and as you can see, you have the Thermaltake 3.9 inch LCD panel kit. Okay, so we're just going to mount the graphics card in there and see how that goes. So be back. Okay, here we have the GeForce EVGA. This is the RTX 3090, and we'll fit that in there. Okay, now for the power cables, we're gonna just use this 8-pin, two 8-pins, they'll connect up there. All right, I think that's pretty much it. The graphics card's inside now with the cable connected up. I might get some nice replacement cables for the power PCIe there. Get some nice braided cables. This is the included ones which come with the power supply. Might get some white ones to go with that. Okay. Next, we mount the side panels. Okay, so that's how it looks so far, and just want to show you something as well. So the Tower 500 comes with a side panel with the tempered glass, and that's the front and two on either side. But the side panel had I think a mesh grill kind of design, half with the tempered glass, half with the mesh grill, like similar to the ones at the bottom. You can see that. So what I've done is I've taken the side panel and removed the tempered glass, so I'm just left with this grill, right? And I'm gonna put that here. And the reason why I took the tempered glass out is so that I have access to this whole area with my hand, and possibly at a later stage, I'm not sure, we might actually just cut this this strut here, this frame, so that it's like, you know, you don't have to have this kind of frame in the front here. So it gives you more options for, you know, customization and modding, things like that. But I'll just use one side. You can see that there, just to cover the cabling and stuff like that. Okay, and on this side, this is where we're going to put the PC case panel with the Tifa Lockhart kind of graphic, which is quite nice. So let's do that. I'm going to take this off because it might come off and crash everywhere. All right, so I'm going to put the Tifa Lockhart custom side panel here, the case panel. And what I've done is I've actually put the 3M stickers, a double-sided tape, or yeah, you call them double-sided, along here, so that actually sticks on the actual case there. It comes with an ARGB cable, by the way, so that connects up to the motherboard as well. So let's do that. And there you go. There she is. That's pretty cool, huh? And the M3 double-sided tape should hold it in place. I'm hoping it doesn't come off, but if it does come off, just retape it, I guess. And there's the 3-pin RGB, which I'll connect up to the motherboard. Alright, now for the side panel, the other side. This is just a mesh grill. Now I'm going to put this top cover back on. All right, so the build is literally complete now. I just need to make sure that this is properly secured on the side panel, but I think we're good. There's the Tifa Lockhart custom side panel there, case panel. And then of course, you got all the components inside here. Yeah, so I think we decided not to put the multi-angle GPU bracket in there, because otherwise it'll take up all of the space right here and cabling will be everywhere. It doesn't look good. So so we're gonna leave the graphics card vertically mounted like this. So that looks okay. And then you have the side with that mesh side panel here just to cover the bits. Another Bria here, you can see all the cabling. I will tidy the cabling with some nice cable ties, but right now I want to make sure all the cables are in place with no restrictions before I do the final tidy up. But I think so far it's looking good. So the only thing to do now is plug this in with the power cable, of course, and power it up. So let's do that. Oh, I forgot to put my Tifa Lockhart figurine in there. She's got to go in there. So let's do that. It's amazing what blue tack, or what we call sticky tack, right, can do. Amazing. Okay, so there she is, guys. Looking good. So earlier I mentioned about the remote control card that I've installed. It sits on a one-time slot, and it connects up all the 2-pin header for the power on reset switches and things like that. Of course, you can use the onboard button here, but this little remote is cool. So all I need to do is just to power it up with the back switch here, and all I need to do is hit the power button on the remote control, like so. Pretty cool, huh? I like that. I really like that. All right, so yeah, it's powered up. Of course, I'm not connected up to a monitor, but you can see all the fans are running. Let's get my mic here. All right, yeah, the Strymon cable's good. The fans at the top of the radiator are nice. Then we have, of course, the motherboard, which is the Razer, the Razer Edition Taichi motherboard from ASRock. The 3.9-inch LCD panel kit right here. That's all lit up. And of course, you got the CPU water block and memory water block, and that's all connected up. Of course, it's looking sideways, the logo, but of course, when you get into Windows and you load up the TTRGB software, you can then configure it to show in the correct orientation by rotating the image and stuff like that. All right, and at the back here, you can see, we can get my cable, make sure it's not. There's your fans, the ring fans at the back. That's just to extract the exhaust air out. You got the TTRGB controllers here and here. The Lianli Strymon controller right there. But yeah, it's looking good. This is the fans, the back. And of course, you want to see the Tifa Lockhart RGB side case panel, right? So let me switch that over to this side. Now it's rotating all different colors because of the RGB cable. Again, you can set that once you're in Windows using the software, which comes with the motherboard, to control the 3-pin RGB. So that's connected to, I think, ARGB pin number 2 or something. Yeah, you can configure that to set it to a certain color. So I'll probably just set it to white so it looks nice on that. So you're right, actually. You're right. Every 25, could I get some magnetic strips? I could do that. It's no big deal. The M3 double-sided tapes are quite easy to remove anyway. But you're right, I could. But so far, this is it. This is the build, the final build. We mounted the graphics card and, of course, the side panels with the Tifa Lockhart logo, and you have my little figurine here. It's looking good. All right. Oh, by the way, I've got one of these displays. It was one of those cheap ones you get off Amazon, showing the temperatures and fan speeds and stuff like that. It was a cheap one, and I found out that it doesn't do much. It's just this display. It's not like real live reporting of the temperatures, sensors, and stuff like that. It's more of a display thing. I just got it to see what it's like, and yeah, there's loads of videos and saying that it's a piece of junk, but it works okay. It just displays. But I didn't put that in. I was going to put that in. I was going to cut out a panel here and put it here on the side, but not worth the hassle. The case itself looks decent enough. I don't want to mess around with that. But so yeah, this is the part 3 of the build. And we put the case panel, you can see there, with the Tifa Lockhart. And also putting the graphics card in there. And I also showed you the remote control power on, which is really cool. I can also do this as well. I just one button and it will shut down the PC. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I like that. It also has a reset button here as well. So if you want to do a remote reset, that works as well. Okay, let's have a look at the chat and see what's going on. Mr. Master Docs, thank you. I was wondering whether it will fit a 4090 in there. I don't think so. Could do. It could do. It'll stick out to about here. And the length. This is a ATX motherboard, so it might be able to. If I remove this panel here, the PSU cover panel right here, then probably will, but it'll just look weird. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the RTX 40 series, to be honest with you. Not the 4090. It's ridiculous. It's huge, it's pricey, and it's not worth it. The RTX, the 4080, possibly, but I do like the recently announced AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX. That looks really nice, and we'll see some after. Third-party manufacturers producing those from Asus, MSI, and possibly Gigabyte and stuff like that. All right, so that was just a quick build, quick update. I think we're finally done. We'll just tidy up the cables at the back with some nice cable ties, and we might swap out the PCIe cable for the graphics card. It's just using the standard ribbon cable. I might get some nice braided ones. See how that looks. At one point, I was thinking about actually custom painting the graphics card cover to white, but then I don't want to touch that. This 3090 is a used secondhand purchase, which I got for quite cheap, and so I'll just be using this for testing other motherboards and things like that. So I want to keep that as is, but so far good. Especially like the remote control. That's pretty cool. I like that. That is so cool. Yeah, Strymon cable for the motherboard. I think that's good. But not the graphics card. I don't think, let me just get it. It's kind of like almost half broken. The cabling, the RGB strip is coming off slightly, but if I don't bend it, fine. But if I start twisting it and bending it, which you'll need to get that kind of angle in there, see, it comes off. So I might leave it out. Yeah, I might leave it out. It's not worth the. If it was a plain installation on a standard ATX case, possibly, but I'm gonna leave it out. And the multi-angle graphics. I think this is great for standard cases, standard ATX cases. But for a chassis like this, I don't think it's worth the hassle of putting it in and then seeing all those cables hanging out. It looks a bit messy. It doesn't look nice, so I'm gonna leave that out as well. I'll save this for another project. Because you got those riser cables, right? That comes out, sticks out, and then you gotta like multi-twist it. The riser cables. No. All right. So hope you enjoyed that. I think that was just a quick update. Final part of the build, and I will take some more photos and have a full build log with a video and show you guys what we've done for this project. All right, so hope you enjoyed this quick update and live build of the Thermaltake. This is the Thermaltake Tower 500, and this is our Project Fantasy Tower with our Tifa Lockhart figurine in there. And for part 3, we just installed the graphics card, and of course the side panel there, custom side panel with RGB. There she is, looking good. All right, so don't forget to tune in on Friday. Friday is another live show, our Funkykit show live, with of course lots of prize giveaways and things like that. And on Wednesdays, don't forget, we have our podcast show, which is launched every Wednesday, a new podcast. Watch out for that as well. So enjoy the rest of the week. And of course, don't forget, if you have any updates and news and stuff like that, you're welcome to send them over, leave a comment. And until Friday, we'll see you live on the show, the Funkykit show live. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye-bye.